Hey guys, for today's look I'm going to show you guys how I did this lavender eye makeup look, since a lot of you guys really like that on Instagram. I did a little differently just because I just wanted to make it more like a wearable day look. So if you're interested in finding out how I achieved this look, then please keep on watching. I'm going to start off with the LASplash Till Midnight Elixir, and this is the water resistant eye primer, and I'm just adding a little bit and just using my fingers. I'm going to apply this all over the lid and also up towards the brows. This really helps the brow product staying on and it glides on a lot easier. So just really working it through the brows, especially on the tails here, because I usually tend to have no hair on this area. And my skin is nicely moisturized, same with my lips. Then I'm just gonna go ahead and do the foundation. I've been really enjoying this Hourglass stick foundation, and this is the Vanish stick foundation, and I'm using the shade Linen. After I finish the foundation, I'm just gonna go ahead and do my eye makeup before I finish off the face makeup. I'm just taking the Anastasia brow wiz and I'm using the shade Ebony, and I'm just gonna brush through the brow hairs first before I go in and apply the product. And I'm just gonna lightly apply this and just using no pressure. I'm just gonna start creating little hair-like strokes. I always follow the direction of the brow hairs as well. And again, no pressure at all, because this shade here is pretty intense if I put too much pressure on. Just around this area at the beginning, I have a lot of hair, so I don't really need to put too much color on. Also, I don't want it to look too fake if it's gonna be like one block of color. So just around the tail, I can add a little bit more pressure on, because that's where I have barely any brow hairs. Something like that, so you can see the comparison, right? And then just brushing through their brow hairs one more time, more gently. You won't want to brush off any of the product. I'm just gonna take the Tarte Cosmetics Shape Tape, and I'm using light neutral. I'm applying this all over the lid as well as cleaning up the brows with it. So just taking a nice flat synthetic brush, clean up those brows. And whatever's left on the brush, I usually do the top as well, just a little bit, because I tend to have one arch a little bit too higher. And it just makes me look like a crazy person, so you know, I gotta fix that. I'm just gonna take another brush just to blend out that lump of concealer and just get it all over the lid, up towards the brow. Add it also onto the inner corners, towards the bridge of the nose, because that's where we're gonna highlight. And then I'm taking another blending brush just to make sure any excess concealer don't crease around the eyes and it doesn't get too blotchy. For today's eye makeup, I'm using the good old Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance. First shade I'm gonna apply is this Tempera, and just using that blending brush I used before, just going over the crease, up towards the brow bone. Next shade I'm gonna use is Raw Sienna, and I'm just gonna apply this on the crease, starting on the outer corner, going in. Then I'm going back with the other blending brush with a little bit of the Tempera. Then I'm taking Realger, I don't know how to pronounce it, so this shade here. And I'm just using the same samey blending brush and concentrating on the outer corner first. But just keeping it within the crease as well. If you feel like it's hard to blend on the lid fold, you can just tilt your head back and place the mirror kind of downwards. And then you still have a view of what you're doing without the foldy eyelids, you know? And the blending gets a bit easier for you. At least it does for me. And I'm just taking that other blending brush, going over the crease. Then I'm just working that color on the eyelid, fading it in towards the center. I'm using the shade here, Red Ochre. It's the one here, which is darker than Realger. So I'm just placing it on the lid first, close to the last line. And then I'm just building it up to kind of give that smokiness. And also smoking in on the center as well. And just kind of wing it out as well. Taking that out of blending brush with a little bit of Realger. Just going over that shade and make it all blend. And I'm just taking it in towards the center as well. Then I'm taking a third blending brush without anything on it. I'm just going to blend the edge here. The next eyeshadow palette I'm going to be using is from Zoeva Cosmetics, and I'm using their eyeshadow palette Aristo. And in this eyeshadow palette there is this matte lavender shade, which is a very light baby blue called Blessings, and that's what I'm going to be using for my inner corner highlight. And I'm using my Pretty Girls E4 brush to apply this on, and for that I'm just going to do like dabbing motion because I really want to pack this color in. So just about this much I'm going to be applying on the lid itself. It is a little bit harsh on this area here, but it's okay because I'm going to be applying another shade that will make everything blend in together. Just exaggerating this shade here, really. So for the center of the lid, I'm gonna be using this shade here in the Energetic, and this is a shimmer color, also from the Aristo palette. I'm just packing this on as well. And then I'm just gonna tap on it and to blend in with the shadows from the ABH palette. Same goes to the other side here towards that blue. And to highlight the inner corners, I'm going to be using the Natasha Denona new Chroma Crystal Top Coat. And this is so pretty. So I'm just going to take a spatula to kind of like scoop a little bit out. There's gold and silver reflex in it. And to apply this, I'm just going to wet a brush. Oh, that's really smart, Nat. Spray it on my mirror. Get it from the back of my hand. And then I'm just blending it out on the outer shades here. You don't need to wet your brush too much because otherwise you're just gonna get like really chunky. I'll fix this here because that's where I kind of messed up a little bit when I wet the brush too much. And then I'm just gonna apply an eyeliner, and I'm using the Balm Cosmetics Schwing eyeliner. Then I'm just going to remove any excess product from underneath my eyes. And going back in with that Tarte Shape Tape concealer. I'm just going to dab on the eye area and use a small brush to clean up under the liner. And then I'm just applying a little bit of the Raw Sienna from the Modern Renaissance palette, just underneath the eyes. I don't want it to be too crazy underneath the eyes, so I'm just using just one color just to make it look a little bit more balanced. I'm just going to finish off the face makeup with the concealer, so I'm just going to highlight on around the nose. Just around the nose. That's where I have my redness, so that's where I usually concentrate the concealing, like highlighting. And just whatever is left, I'm just gonna drag it up corners of the nose to the under eye. Okay, I'm not sure how much footage I lost. I already applied blush and highlight, but I'll just quickly show you again. But I used the new Natasha Denona Spring Collection, the Diamond and Blush palette here, and it is so gorgeous. The diamond powder, which is the one I just used, and you can see it's I only applied the powder, and yeah, Natasha Denona just outdoes herself every time she comes out with something new. This is just my favorite. I'm going to use it for the editorial work. I haven't contoured yet, so I'm just going to contour on top, and I'm using the NYX Professional Makeup 3 Steps to Sculpt. I'm just going to be very light with it because I do have a lot of blush happening, so I just take that brush that I use for my foundation and wipe off any harsh lines. And I'm just gonna go in with the Eyeko brow gel just for the brows. House of Lashes came out with some new full make lashes, and these are pretty. I'm gonna use this here just because it kind of wings out at the end. It's a little bit longer. The new packaging is really pretty as well. These are the lashes I'm gonna be applying. So I just applied my lashes and add a mascara to the bottom lashes, and then I'm just gonna finish off the look using the Skin Tight Liquid Matte Lipstick from Cosmetics, and this is a very nice nude actually. And I'm just taking a Q-tip to soften up the edges just because I really like that natural blended out look. So I'm just blurring out the lines with a Q-tip. Then some NYX Dewy Finish Spray. And that is it for this look, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, make sure to do that. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.